So student, as we are discussing the reactions of carbene, so carbene is either react in the triplet form or either they react in the singlet form. So when the carbene are triplet carbenes, they have the two electrons in parallel spin. So this is the di alkyl carbene triplet carbene. It's react in free radical manner. One electron is shifted here. This make a single new sigma bond with this carbon and with the carbene carbon off. So these two free radicals. Then in the second step, after one of the electron is spins, then it's make the another sigma bond here, new sigma bond. So it is a two-step reaction when the triplet carbene reacts. So when the singlet carbene reacts with this cyclohexene, like this dichlorocarbene, here the two electrons, this reaction is concerted and it occur in one step. So this singlet carbene, then this two electrons, this make the bond here with this carbon and this carbene carbon, and this double bond, then this make the bond with this carbon and this again the carbene carbon to make this cyclopropane ring. So this addition of the singlet carbene is a 1 plus 2 cyclo addition, because there are three, you can say this is one member, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 atoms are involved, so it is called 1 plus 2 cyclo addition. Or in other ways, its name is cheleotropic reactions. So as we are discussing the reactions of carbenes, this is a very important reaction. This reaction is called Simon-Smith reaction. This is a widely methodology used to make the cyclopropane. Here in this Simon-Smith reaction, this diiodomethane is used and this zinc and copper amalgam. So this to make this zinc carbenoid. So this zinc carbenoid is called Simon-Smith reagent. So what happened is this zinc when in a zero oxidation state. So when it reacts with this diiodomethane, this zinc in zero valent state, it's two electrons. Basically this zinc metal insert into this carbon halogen bond. So these two electrons, this make the bond with this carbon and this zinc, and then these two electrons, then they make the bond with this iodine with the zinc to make this zinc carbenoid. So from zero valent state, the metal comes into +2 oxidation state. So this step is called oxidative addition of the metal, because here it's oxidation of the metal is happened because from 0 to +2. So this zinc carbenoid then reacts with this cyclohexene. When cyclohexene reacts with these two electrons, then makes the bond with carbon bond with this CH2, and then this iodine, this shift here, this is the transition state which is formed. This zinc carbenoid make this cyclopropane ring, and this zinc iodide is the byproduct of this reaction. So this cyclopropane is obtained in 86 to 92% yield. So there is evidence that in the Simon-Smith reaction, this Simon-Smith reagent zinc carbenoid act as singlet carbene, because in this one, this is allyl alcohol. This allyl alcohol with this face of this hydroxyl is above the plane of this board. So when this undergo this Simon-Smith reaction, the product which is obtained is 99% this diastereomers. With the stereochemistry, you can see this of the cyclopropane and this hydroxyl group, they are on the same phase. So this is obtained in 63% yield, and this reaction is stereospecific. It means that this zinc carbenoid behave as singlet carbene and it is added on the same phase. So, and this not only added on the same phase, the carbenoid adds to the same phase as the hydroxyl group. So this is evidence that this make this reaction even more important, Sumner-Smith reaction. Yeah, this reaction gives the addition of this zinc carbenoid stereospecifically to this double bond. So as we are discussing the reaction of carbenes here in another reaction, so we are discussing the insertion of carbene into pi bond. Here this reaction of carbene, here you can say this compound, this azo compound, when on heating it gives this carbene. So this carbene when reacts with the benzene, it's form this cyclopropane ring, and then this electrocyclic ring opening it's making basically 7-number ring. So it's a ring expansion is occurred to make this 7-number ring as the product. So this is the insertion of the carbene in sigma bond. So basically this azo compound after heating it gives this carbene. This carbene when added to the alcohol it's insert into this oxygen hydrogen sigma bond. This carbene, these two electrons, this make the bonds of this carbon with this oxygen, and then this hydrogen makes this bond with this carbon. So this basically insert into this oxygen hydrogen sigma bond, this carbene. So this is another insertion of the carbene into the sigma bond of the phenol. Here these two electrons, this makes the bond of this carbon with the oxygen, and then this hydrogen, this two electron then makes the bond with this carbon. So given this product ether, and then this is the insertion of this carbene in the sigma bond of this nitrogen and hydrogen. So these how they are making the bond, these two electron of the carbene, this make the bond between nitrogen and carbon, and then these hydrogen is these two electrons that makes the bond with the carbon. Basically it's inserted into the this carbon makes new bond with this nitrogen. So these are the details of the insertion reaction of the carbene in sigma bond. So as we are discussing the reaction of the carbenes, here another example. If this is the alkyl halide, in this alkyl halide reacts with base like phenyl sodium. Here the phenyl this base takes this proton to generate the carbanion through alpha elimination. So this when this chloride leaves, it generates the carbene. Then this carbene undergo 1,2 migration of this hydrogen here, and these 2 electrons of this carbene are shifted here to make this alkene as a product. So this 1,2 migration is very fast in these reactions. Here this is another example in which this is direct insertion of the carbene, CH insertion of the carbene, carbon hydrogen sigma bond. This in this reaction, here this N-butyl lithium and potassium tetrahydroxide are used as a base in this reaction. So when this N-butyl lithium takes this proton, and then this after taking this make the organolithium. So from this organolithium, this again the same alpha elimination. These 2 electrons shifted here, and this chloride leaves to generate the carbene. Then this carbene is inserted directly into this carbon hydrogen sigma bond. So these 2 electrons of this hydrogen, they makes the bond with this carbon, and then this two valence electron of the carbene, they makes a new carbon-carbon sigma bond to make this cyclopropane in 59% yield after the CH insertion of the carbene. So as we are discussing the reaction of carbene, this is another important reaction of carbene. This is called Reimer-Tiemann reaction. In this reaction, when this benzene react with this chloroform under this inorganic base sodium hydroxide, there is no reaction. But when electron rich phenyl moiety like this phenol reacts with with this under these condition, chloroform and sodium hydroxide, it form not cyclopropane but aldehyde. So this reaction is widely used to synthesize the orthosubstituted phenols, and this in good yield, and the reaction yield is also very high. So, but sometimes it might be poor. So this is the mechanism of this reaction. When phenol is treated under the condition sodium hydroxide and chloroform, this generate this carbene, dichlorocarbene. We already explained this reaction, how this dichlorocarbene is generated from this under these conditions. This dichlorocarbene is generated through alpha elimination. Then this dichlorocarbene then reacts with this phenol, because under the basic condition this phenol takes this proton of the phenol, make it phenoxide ion. This phenoxide ion reacts with this dichlorocarbene. These two electron makes this bond between this carbon and this carbon. Now this carbon already has CH. So this these two electron then takes this H, and this two electron shifted here to make the new double bond here. So after that, this phenoxide ion charge revert, and this two electron shifted here, and this chloride ion is removed. Then this species reacts with this hydroxide ion, and this hydroxide ion attacks on this carbon. This two electron here from this double bond shifted here, and this two from this shifted here to make again here the phenoxide ion. And then this phenoxide ion, this charge again comes back, and then this double bond, two electron shifted here, and this and second chloride ion is removed. So after that, this species is rearranged to form this aldehyde moiety. So this is quite useful reaction, and widely used to make the substituted derivatives, orthosubstituted derivatives of the phenol. So as we are discussing the reaction of the carbene, this is another important reaction. These carbenes can undergo the rearrangement reaction. So here in this example of the rearrangement reaction, here you can see alkyl halide in the when treated with strong base like n-butyl lithium in the presence of potassium tetrahydroxide, it's through alpha elimination, because we already discussed this. Through alpha elimination, it's generate the carbene. So this carbene undergo the rearrangement. This phenyl group with this two electron migrated to this carbene carbon, and these two electrons of the carbene, they are shifted here to give this rearranged product in 66% yield. So this is another reaction, and this is basically acyl. This is the Wolff rearrangement basically. Wolff rearrangement, this compound, this after when heated azo compound, this nitrogen is eliminated to give this alpha ketocarbene. This alpha ketocarbene undergoes Wolff rearrangement to form this ketene, and then this ketene reacts with water molecule to form the carboxylic acid. Now this carboxylic acid which is formed is one carbon more, this one CH2 more. This is called this is the homologous carboxylic acid, means there is one CH2 more in this carboxylic acid. So it basically to make the homologous series of the carboxylic acid. This overall this reaction is called Arn ester synthesis. Basically in Arn ester synthesis we start with this carboxylic acid. When carboxylic acid is treated with the thionyl chloride, it makes the acid chloride. Then this acid chloride is treated with diazomethane to make this diazomethane to make this azo compound. When this azo compound is heated, it generates this carbene. Then this carbene undergoes Wolff rearrangement. This R is with the bonded electron pair migrated to this carbene carbon, and then this valence electron of this carbene is shifted here to generate this ketene. Now there are three ways. If this ketene is treated with the water, we get the next homolog of this carboxylic acid. If this ketene is treated with alcohol, Then this we get the next homologue of the ester. If this cation is treated with an amine, then we get the next homologue of the amide. In all these you can see these have one extra carbon, one extra CH2 in it. So next we can make the basically homologous series of carboxylic acid, amide, and as well as ester. So the overall this reaction is called Arndt ester synthesis.